Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we're going through some brand new KANSEPT models, and I have a few, and man, they are doing a killer job. KANSEPT is just impressing me more and more every time they pump out new models. You know, from day one, they always did really good stuff, but man, they have just like increased in every way, and their designs are great. This is the QUASAR, and it is a Monko design. Now, the QUASAR also comes in handle materials that glow. I'm not sure if it's under UV light or if it's glow in the dark or both, but they do glow. These ones are not those. My lovely wife brought that to my attention because what is a QUASAR, baby?
It's a black hole with two, I think it's gamma rays coming out of the North and South Pole, just blasting out. Just blasting. It's one of the brightest things in the night sky.
Hopefully you guys can hear that clearly.
We gotta repeat it.
No, I'm not repeating all that. They can hear you. That's exactly why. So this is a 20 CV stonewashed blade. Pretty slicey, but it is, you know, somewhat of a robust knife with a crossbar lock because it's a very strong lock. Titanium bolsters with carbon fiber on this one. Titanium mill pocket clip and backspacer. Spot for a lanyard back there. It does have a reversible clip, which is cool because this is a very ambidextrous knife. And the crossbar lock does come with an extra set of Omega springs if they ever break on you. I've never had KANSEPT's Omega springs break on me, but it's nice to always have extras. This is an adjustable one too, so you can increase the strength. I'm not sure if the extra set is a thicker set or not, but the action on this one is really good. Great thumb flick or reverse flick. The crossbar is very solid in its lockup. I think all the knives I've tried from their lineup with crossbar locks have been rock solid. Even after a long time of use, they stay solid. I don't think I have any one of them that have up and down play at all. So this thing is a bank vault. And, you know, like I said, very ergonomic. You got a spot right here for your thumb. You can choke up, great pinch grips. The knife just drops when you disengage it. And yeah, it's a good looking knife, definitely attractive. Now, as far as nitpicks and negatives, you know, I don't have much. This is, you know, the clip is, you know, short, so you would think it would be kind of rough, but it is actually very smooth on the pockets. T8 hardware all the way around. The belly on this is a little bit much for me, but the tip is still pretty easy to get to. You know, it sits a little bit high for, you know, compared to the handle, but it is somewhat of a spear pointish blade, just more of a big belly spear point. So yeah, I don't really have too many negatives on this one. It's pretty cool. And yeah, let's get to the next one. Now this next one, I got to admit, it's not 100% my style, but it is a really cool piece. There is the designer, and this is the Hera. Also, oh no, sorry, this one's in S35VN. The last one was in 20 CV. This is an S35VN. It's somewhat of a, I don't even know what to call this blade shape. It is a tanto to some degree because of the secondary tip, but in reality, when you sharpen it, you're probably not going to sharpen this separately. You're just going to sharpen it all the way through. So this is just going to be a belly. So it's more of just like a, somewhat of like a clip point, I guess, with a lot of belly. Big belly or long belly clip point. It is a flipper and reverse flicking knife, so you do have the fuller there. The thumb is not great, but you can get way down here and kind of get it, but the reverse flick is awesome. The fuller does not have a very sharp edge, but you have enough access to it that it's easy to flick out. Titanium handle. We do have little bits of micro milling in some of the areas, like right here. And it does have a titanium mill pocket clip that works great. Titanium backspacer, TA hardware all the way around except for on the steel lock bar insert. Now, my one complaint, or one of my complaints on this would be the access to the lock bar. I do not like there's no access. This should have been cut back right here so that you can access it, because you have to come around to the front. You kind of got to like get this little edge to bite you. So that's my biggest complaint. The next thing would be the plunge grind. You can already see it's starting to get a smile right there. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal. You can always cut in your own choil if you want to, you know, and separate the plunge grind from the edge. Not sure what this knife is kind of going for, if it's going for a self-defense or just a basic EDC. I'm not sure. This belly is really nice for cutting down on a flat surface though, because of the way it angles and the way this angles in your hand. It kind of feels like it's meant for that. But yeah, it's a cool piece. It's definitely done very well, just not my style, I guess. You know, so, you know, even with my little nitpicks, like those are not obviously deal breakers at all. It's more of just the style for me. But it is a really cool piece either way. Also, check this out. I just noticed this. I can't believe I didn't notice this before. This is a sub frame lock. I just noticed that. How did I miss that? This is a sub frame lock. So this is a titanium lock bar that's screwed into the inside right there. I'm not really sure why they did it like that. I guess so that you don't have the little separation right there like you do on, for example, on one of my knife designs, like the cutout on the inside. A lot of companies put it on the outside. So I should have used this one, the newer one. What? But it is pretty cool how they did that, I guess. And it looks like it's pinned, or yeah, it looks like it's pinned behind the back spacer. So there's no screws holding it in. I only see pins. I do see a screw on the clip, and that's it. Clip is very solid. So that's actually pretty cool. That makes me even more upset about the no lock bar access. Anyways, it looks kind of cool too. So, but the style of the knife, you know, is just not my cup of tea. But it does work very well. So if it's your style, it's a good knife. Next. Now this next one is a design by Tempest Knives, KC, Knives Fast on YouTube. He does have a YouTube channel. Definitely go and check him out. The name of this model is the Thunderhead.
No, this is, I forgot what it's called.
Thunderbird or something?
Yeah, it is.
Thunderhead. Thunderhead.
Yeah. Thunderhead. That's what I got in a Thai fucking massage parlor one time.
Oh my god, dude.
Awesome content, and he's been designing knives for quite some time now. And he does a really good job. I have a bunch of his knife designs, and I'll say this, I really like them. And this one has probably the coolest sound of all the knives in this video. Just listen to it. And all of them have that. Like when I tried them at the Blade Show, they also all had it. So I don't think it's something where it's like, oh, this one has it and this one doesn't, because that happens quite a bit. This one doesn't have it as loud as this one, but it definitely still has it. So this one is a Damascus blade. Look at that. That's beautiful Damascus. Look at that. 10CR Damascus. Titanium scales with a steel liner lock. I believe it is a steel one. Let me just double check that. And this one is a liner lock that's screwed in on the inside, or pinned actually, kind of like the subframe lock we just seen, except for it's a liner. So you can see it's tucked under, and it does have good access. Shout out to KC for doing some good access. Titanium mill pocket clip. It has the same designed pocket clip as I'm doing on some of my models right now, which wraps around the ass end so that one, you can flip it either side, but it makes it have very, very smooth tension, I guess. So where it's got enough tension to hold onto your pocket, but not so much that it's chewing up your pocket, which I really love. And that's why I like this style clip. Now, this one has, both of these have insane action. Perfect front flipper. Love the jimping. It's very sharp. It's super easy to get to for all the ways you want to fidget with a knife. It's just a remarkable front flipper. Then the hole deployment is nice and open. You can easily get it with the thumb. You can easily get it with the reverse flick. Yeah, this is a very, very fidget friendly, amazingly sounding knife. And it also is a very useful tool because it's very ergonomic. You can choke up. You got a pretty much a sheep's foot blade. Yeah, sheep's foot blade, nice and slicey. It does get down nice and thin behind the edge. S35 VN blade steel on this one. This one, like I said, is a 10CR Damascus. And obviously there's other color options other than just these. But man, very cool, man. I love the copper with the black, but man, this Damascus is just so beautiful. And yeah, the micro milling, really nice texture. Adds, you know, a little bit of grip on there. TA hardware all the way around. Love to see it. Full, or not full, titanium backspacer. Yeah, the only complaints, if I was going to have any negatives, let's see here. What do we got for KC? We got to drill him. He's a content creator, so we got to find something bad. Maybe some texture on the lock bar would have been nice. Now, it's really good, so it doesn't need it. I could pick on him as a person instead. You're right. I could just pick on him. Not his knife, right? Just do that. But yeah, a little bit of texture would have been cool, especially because of the texture here. You know, maybe apply it there too. That'd be kind of cool. Other than that, you know, it does have a look to it that I think some people might or might not love. You know, just depends on you. But I will say this, regardless of the look, right? Because I don't think it's not attractive. I just think it has a very unique look to it. It's a very useful design. So aside from the, like, a lot of people hate the way a Spyderco looks, but when you start using a Spyderco, you realize why it is the way it is, you know, and all those features that might make it look ugly are actually what makes it great. So like something like this, man, you can cut backwards, you can cut forward, you can use in basically any grip, very neutral. It's got a great thickness to it. The blade is nice and slicey, plenty of ability to cut down a flat surface, great for utility cuts. Like, it's just a well-shaped knife that's going to be super useful for anybody, you know, using their knives. And damn it, is fidget friendly. Holy cow. Like, this one is like just so easy. I suck at doing the side finger with my left hand, but see how easy that was. Yeah, so there you guys go. I don't really have too many negatives on this one. You know, not anything I say is just, I'm just being a nitpicky bastard. So I'm going to leave it alone. And then we have this guy, which is the last one, and this is the Caveman. And it looks like a caveman. I really like the look of this one. I love the blues, the greens, and the yellows. It looks really attractive, that fat carbon fiber. 20 CV, somewhat of a robust blade, but it does get down to a nice thin edge. Very comfortable with the ergos. You have a spot right here for your pinky. So like whether you're choked back or choked up, it's super comfortable. Titanium milled pocket clip. I believe it works fine. Yeah, it works good. Man, KANSEPT does usually a great job with their clips. Good access to the lock bar. Like I said, 20 CV steel. Great thumb stud deployment. And then this one you can see has the silver accents all the way around. The clip, you know, is obviously matching the pivot collar, the hardware, and the studs. I'm not sure why they didn't do this silver or gray, you know, or plain, I should say. But it is a really cool looking knife, and the stone wash going across it is also really nice. So that's going to hide a lot of wear and stuff like that. Man, yeah, both of them are really attractive. I kind of wish this was on this side too. That would have been really cool. But very, very smooth on the drop. Not a super strong detent, but I wouldn't want it because this is a heavy blade. So it works great. Now, one thing I will nitpick about really quick is, and they're doing better, I will say this, they are doing a lot better. So I probably shouldn't say this, but their thumb studs need to be a little bit sharper. See how those the stair steps on the studs are like crowned? I think those do better with a sharp, hard edge instead of being round. That way, you know, it basically, it grips your finger so you don't slip off it. When you have a strong detent on these ones that are smooth, you tend to slip off of them. Now, the jimping on this, you can see how when it's open, it blends right in. This is pretty aggressive jimping, so if you have gloves on, it's gonna work great, but with your plain hands, if you hit like that, it's not the most comfortable. It's fine, it's not, you know, something I'm upset about, but it's not the most ergonomic, or not the most comfortable spot to have, or not the most comfortable sized jimping, I guess, to have, because that's what it's about, is just like the size. But it's fine. TA hardware all the way around once again. It does have a steel lock bar insert with an over travel stop, so you're not going to unspring the lock. Milling on the inside to bring down some weight, but it is a heavy knife. This one's lighter because of the carbon fiber, but yeah, they're very cool. So that is, I don't think I have any more negatives though. I think just, you know, the jimping maybe, thumb studs could be a little sharper. Yeah, I don't think I have really anything else. You know, maybe some texturing right there would have been nice, but that's not a negative. Kind of like the last one. But yeah, the designer of this is Chucky. No, I don't know. It looks like a caveman. So I'm not sure if it's the designer is called Caveman too. I don't know. Maybe I'll write it on the screen, whoever the designer is. But yeah, there you guys go. Let's pull all these up so you can see them next to each other really quick before we close this out. Or at least one of each example. You can see the size differences. All good size knives. So there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Till next time. Peace.